There are no explosions, no sirens, no breaking news countdown. And yet, the most important battle of the 21st century may already be happening. Not on a battlefield, not in the sky, not in the ocean, but in something much quieter, the US dollar. For 80 years, it has been untouchable. But what happens the day it isn't? The dollar is not just currency, it is infrastructure. Oil is traded in dollars. Global debt is issued in dollars. International reserves are stored in dollars. Sanctions are enforced through dollar-based systems. When the United States moves, the financial system feels it. That's not theory, that's architecture. Since World War II, the dollar has been the foundation of global order. But foundations can erode, slowly, quietly, then suddenly. In recent years, something subtle has been happening. China expanding yuan-based trade, Russia building alternatives after sanctions, Iran surviving outside traditional financial channels, regional trade blocs reducing exposure to dollar systems, not collapsing the dollar, not destroying it, reducing dependence. That word matters. Dependence creates leverage. Leverage creates power. And power creates resistance. Sanctions were designed as pressure tools, and they worked. But pressure has side effects. When countries fear exclusion from dollar systems, they begin building parallel ones. Not because they are stronger, but because they want insulation. This is not a Hollywood collapse scenario. This is fragmentation. A world where trade moves in multiple financial spheres. Western, Eastern, regional, less unified, more cautious, more tense. Currencies are not backed by gold. They are backed by confidence. Trust that the system will remain stable. Trust that access will remain open. Trust that power will remain predictable. But what happens if trust erodes? Not overnight, not in panic, but gradually. Markets don't need explosions. They react to uncertainty, and uncertainty spreads faster than missiles. If the dollar were ever seriously challenged, you would feel it. Energy prices, import costs, inflation spikes, volatile markets, retirement funds swinging, governments adjusting alliances. It wouldn't look like chaos. It would look like instability. And instability is harder to manage than crisis, because it lingers. Let's be clear. Empires don't disappear overnight. Reserve currencies don't evaporate in a week. But dominance can weaken, gradually, and the world doesn't need the dollar to collapse. It only needs alternatives to become viable. That is the real shift, not destruction. Competition. The question isn't, will the dollar break tomorrow? The question is, are we entering a world where it is no longer untouchable? And if that happens, the balance of global power changes, not with fire, not with invasion, but with confidence. And confidence is the most fragile asset of all.